Alright, I didn't start the recording. I guess I'll do that too.
Might be important, I don't know. Actually, what if we just drew the Macho Man?
That would be hard, but okay.
Fuck it, we're drawing the Macho Man. Here we go. Whoa! Yeah, start off there. Whoa, we're gonna do that.
I wish I remembered what his freaking glasses were, right?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, the Macho
Close
Man.
enough.
Oh, yeah. Macho. The Macho Madness. Sweeping the stage.
That's way too freaking wide.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a pretty face right there. That's a pretty face. That's not a pretty face at all. Control Z. Undo.
I forget it. I forget. Did Randy Savage have the glasses with the white flags or whatever the hell I could call it, like the Nepal flags made on their belly on his glasses?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think he had all kinds of glasses.
Yeah, all kinds, baby.
Alright, he's gonna have those, even though I think those might have been Bret Hart's. That's a good head shape. That's a quality head shape for a quality man.
Quality!
The highest quality man there ever was. At a certain point, I have to just accept that whatever happens with my art, it's not gonna look too pretty.
The roid man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, slip into a Slim Jim made of cocaine.
And steroids, baby.
And
edible steroids.
Yes, that's the version of Macho Man I'm drawing. I think I'm gonna take a freaking while to actually finish this because I'm trying to, I'm still just drawing in the basic idea of what I want.
Ha. Oh.
That's good. That works.
This one's gonna look terrible.
I think what I have is like a mix of Macho Man and Zangief, and they're the wrong proportions and also badly drawn. But
Zangief already has a Macho Man costume, fool.
True. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The thing I drew might look a bit more like the Ultimate Warrior. We'll roll with it. We'll see what happens. Guys, how do sunglasses work?
Fucking sunglasses, how do they work?
Alright, let's put a pivot point there. Pivot point. Penguin.
Jeremy Piven Point. I don't know what the perspective is on Macho Man's face here in my art.
These glasses paired with the freaking rough outlines of what I want look like basically make this guy that I'm drawing, who is supposed to be the Macho Man, look like someone's dead from the 90s.
Okay, I'm torching this one. I am just entirely getting rid of it. This one cannot be redeemed. Whoa.
I don't actually remember what Macho Man looks like apparently. So I'm just drawing someone's dead. Instead.
Not a bad idea.
You know, first, I swear to Christ, I drew a little bit of hair coming out from underneath his bandana. And I was like, oh wait, Macho Man wore the bandana to hide that he was balding.
Oh, that's not the erase brush I want. Nifty.
After this, if this picture turns out good, then whenever we play a freaking wrestling game next, I am completely making someone's Macho Man someone's dead.
Yeah.
The Macho Dad.
Yeah, I'm just doing the small details and trying to avoid actually trying to draw a body because I can't. This is the reason I know how to draw freaking heads pretty alright. Not good, but alright.
Yeah, I'm just drawing a head right now. Body probably won't be coming along with it.
I mean, I roughed in a body to put with this if I get there. But I mean, it's not a good body either. And even with the head that I have right now, it there's just nothing that makes this Randy Savage right now.
His beard might be too big.
What did I do here? There we go.
This looks, honest to God, this looks like freaking Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, brother.
I'm the Macho Man,
turn, brother.
I'm the Macho Man, brother.
Hulk finally couldn't take Macho's popularity. He's trying to be both at the same time. I'm the Macho Hulk, brother.
Bloody hell! I'm leaving it. This is the Macho Hulk, Randy Hogan.
Oh no.
I look at the freaking. I look at I look at what I've drawn, and then I scroll down a bit, or like, you know, I push my thing down a bit because I can't scroll because my scroll wheel is broken. I go down and you guys know the Buff Riku picture?
The what?
Buff Riku. From
Riku.
Yeah, from Kingdom Hearts.
No, I don't.
So there's this picture. It was a meme for a bit. I'm not sure how widely it was a meme, but it was a meme in a couple of fandoms for a bit. But it's this cruelly drawn picture of Riku from Kingdom Hearts, but he's really muscly, and he doesn't have a shirt on and stuff like that. Yeah, it looks like that. What is this anatomy, dude? Brother!
You need to go back to anatomy class, brother. Take it from the Hulkster. The Hulkster's the master of anatomy. I know that because I did the leg drop so many times it broke my ass.
Alright, I guess I have to tone down the muscles. The muscles.
The muscles. That's probably my favorite stupid Joelism right there. The entirety of Bulk Bogan.
Yeah.
I've been looking for, like, white person skin tone, and it occurred to me, oh, Macho Man was Hispanic. Why am I trying to make him white?
I mean, white person skin tone is between orange and red. Hispanic, just do it by eye. That's usually what I do. I don't have it memorized.
Macho Man was also apparently an avid user of spray tan, looking at him in this picture.
Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I do remember him having the skin color of wildly boiled sausages.
Not as bad as the Hulkster, but still, whoo! Like, oh Jesus Christ, I am making Randy Savage's skin look like beef fucking jerky. I am wasting time on something very pointless.
I mean, with me, you're gonna have to do it because there's so many steps that I haven't done yet. Also, I have decided that I am turning him into the Hawk. After all,
Oh.
it looks like he's wearing one of those sumo costumes. I guess who's to say he isn't? Really?
Yeah.
I had to wear one of those. It sucked.
Why? Give us backstory.
It was oh boy, story time, huh?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if it depends on me, we're gonna be here for a while.
It was high school theater class in the year 2016. I was in the freshman acting class, even though I was a senior, because I had been homeschooled throughout the first 3 years of high school. But I was interested in trying acting just for giggles because I needed some electives. And
Can I turn him into a tom-tom? Is that possible?
Nothing saying you can't!
Alright, continue, sorry.
No, it's fine. I really came to like acting, but it being a freshman class, at one point, the teacher was, of course, like, oh, let's do a fun play. We're gonna teach you how to do fight scenes. So in order to teach you how to do fight scenes, I've got this children's play about kung fu animals or something, right?
Right.
And so basically, I was 18 years old, effectively already a man, and they're like, all right, we need you to pretend to be a fat panda in this very obviously kung fu play for children. And they put me in a big old sumo fat suit.
Ah.
And the part that sucked about it was having to take it off when I had to piss. Well, the other part that sucked about it was sitting down was not exactly convenient with the thing, because it not only had a massive gut but a massive back as well.
Yeah, the thing with those fat suits is that I just don't get them because I live in one. But the only thing that
we wear them to mock you.
You what?
I said we wear them to mock you.
Yeah. But my only acting experience has been being typecast as Santa because I'm fat, and then everybody forgetting their freaking lines aside from me, and having to carry the whole play on my back, yelling because they forgot to freaking charge the microphone.
Nice.
So that's my acting experience. Is that no? That doesn't look like that. Okay, let's try it like this. I'm having trouble drawing a tongue on a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what basically speedos are. Male tongues.
Well, they don't ride your ass as much.
Well, not normal speedos, but I have heard of this brand in Japan that you can. Well, I'm not sure where you can buy it exactly, but I know for a fact that you can buy it in Don Quixote, called Black Man.
God damn it, Japan!
Black Man only, like, from what I can tell, Black Man only does tongues and nothing else.
Nice.
But they do actually advertise it as a male tongue. That's their thing.
Specifically, don't get confused. Women, you aren't allowed to wear this one. It ain't for you. If you wear it, you're a woman. We will find you.
I also remember there being a freaking. There's also another Japanese like freaking underwear brand that I think they're called like something like Sloppy or Soggy or something like that, and they're advertised as this premium underwear brand with the whole Calvin Klein name on the rubber thing. So imagine imagine freaking going out on a date with a girl, and then you pull your pants down, and then your underwear says Sloppy.
That's how I do things, girl.
Alright, line art is done? Question mark?
Yeah.
Like, once again, the thing is, like, I feel like my line art turned out pretty good. My at least on the face. I feel like I did a pretty good job on the face, but it's not really savage.
Oh man, another memory I associate with that theater is near the end of the year, I guess for probably government bucks, they had to do like a seminar thing. Well, not a seminar, but a little presentation for all the kids in the school that was like, oh, drunk driving is bad. Don't do it. It was just like the usual thing, right? And they were like, oh, let's hire some kids to do it. The kids will really sympathize with the kids. I'm going to stop recording on my end, by the way, because I've stopped crying.
Okay, I'll stop as well, because I think I'm done now.
Alright, you're waiting on me.
No, it's cool. All the kids are really going to like it when the kids tell them about what it means to be kids, and also to drink and drive, and how totally not cool it is. And I swear to fucking Christ, like, it's one of those things is like the most tone deaf as governments get with this kind of thing, right? So, like, it's the thing of like, oh, there's this teenager, he's at a party, man, and this really hot girl comes up to him, and she's like, man, wouldn't it be so cool if you drank and drive? And, like, to implying, oh yeah, man, I'd totally fuck you if you drank and drove, because it's just so cool, man. And then, of course, the kid is like, no, my brother died in a car crash. I will not fuck.
I imagine this being read by the freaking the text to speech of freaking Faith.
Yeah, but I think the kid actor was even a little bit more wooden than your average text to speech engine. And then some cops march out, some state troopers, and they're all like, "All right, well, drinking and driving is bad." And you could take a look at these state troopers, and they look like the kind of guys who also thought drinking and driving was really cool. They're real good old boy types, right?
Yeah.
And like, so that was annoying enough to put up through. And they clearly, the state troopers really did not enjoy doing that. They were all like, drinking and driving is bad. But they still had kind of that southern sensibility to them of, man, I'd love to beat the shit out of these kids, teach them a fucking lesson. So it was kind of that mix.
Man, I'd love to beat the shit out of my wife.
Yeah. It was really kind of that mix of things of like, I don't want to give a seminar or teach you anything, but I do think you kids need to learn something. So I do hope somebody starts a fight so I can beat some sense into them.
Getting Macho Man's skin color right is very hard.
Okay, wait, hang on. I just remembered another part of it.
Yeah?
So then they're like, all right, now your theater department has been kind enough to set up a live demonstration for everyone. So the cops march everyone out of the theater, out into the fucking parking lot in the back, where they have set up 2 cars that somebody has clearly just smacked with a hammer a little bit, right? And they're parked really close to each other. And then we got like 2 kids from the theater department who like would act in all the top school plays, right? And they're both like just respectively sitting in the front seats of like cars, and they got ketchup on them, right?
Yeah.
And there's another kid who's lying down in the parking lot, and he's got ketchup on him. And then the theater teacher comes in, and she is like playing, the mother, right? And she comes in and she's screaming and wailing and all kinds of things. And it's just all the kinds of melodrama you would expect, and they're all very proud of themselves. But my favorite part was that it was a live demonstration in the fucking parking lot with about a fifth of the school's attendance there. My school had 2,500 kids. So that's 500 kids gathered in a circle in the fucking parking lot trying to look at 3 kids playing dead and 1 woman going, ah!
You were raising the dead.
Because the crowd was so big, and the tall kids got to the front of the group, so only about 20 kids saw the live demonstration. There was about 480 that were sitting back there like, what's happening over there?
I'm really hoping that the skin color that I went with is not bad.
So here's the thing that's real shit, though. So, being a senior, during the first class period, they marched us out like, all right, kids, it's I know you're supposed to be in math right now, but we got to go watch this presentation on why you don't drink and drive, right? And to a certain degree, there was relief there, like, oh, thank Christ, no test today, right?
Right.
Then I got to my 4th period, which was the freshman theater class. And they're like, no class today because they're going to be doing another presentation. But you know what, kids? You're all freshmen, but we think now's a good time to teach you about drinking and driving. So we're going to have you sit in for this. Except that they weren't all freshmen. There was me. I was a senior, and there was 2 other juniors. So we had to sit in for that shit twice.
Wow.
Let me tell you, I was pretty tuned out that first time I had to sit through it, and it took a fucking hour both times. That second time, I was on another planet, dude. And my favorite part, though, was that second time. There was this kid who was sitting right in front of me, in the row right ahead of me. And, well, hang on, let me go back, because there's actually a funny little bit. One of the poor fucking freshmen, who was, like, taller than me, like 6'5", built like a fucking tank, Brock Lesnar's level genetic freak, but a real nice, good kid. But he chose the wrong fucking shirt to wear that day, because he wore a Hawaiian shirt, but all the Hawaiian flowers were replaced with beer bottles.
Nice.
And I took all the energy in my body to not laugh my ass off as the state troopers glared at him like a full-blown target acquired, right? Like a house cat when it sees a mouse. And that kid was mortified. Anyway, so the kid who's sitting in front of me, I had no idea who the fuck this kid was. He marched in from some other class, right? And he is one of those real bad loudmouths. He's laughing and joking with all the kids sitting next to him and being like, "Hey, man, you know, like this, yeah, right? You know, man." And the teacher of the class he came from, every now and then would be like, "Come on, Jermaine, come on. We talked about this, Jermaine." And eventually I get sick of it because I'm in my own little world and he's taking me out of it. So he starts yelling about something. And from behind him, I just say to him like, "Man, can you please just calm down?" He turns around in his seat. He takes one look at me. I'm 18 years old, right?
Right.
And at that point, I had a very strong, full beard. And without a beard, I'm a baby face. But with a beard, I look late 20s. So I'm an 18-year-old kid, but I look like I'm in my late 20s. So this guy turns around, he takes one look at me, and he shouts with the fullness of his lungs, "Damn, you look old!" And I just proceed into my seat, and my face goes in my hands like, "Oh God, now I'm part of it." You know what? I think he actually said, I think he said, "Damn, you an old-looking motherfucker."
Nice.
At which point, one of the state cops stepped in and dragged him out of the theater.
And then you had to then you had to give them an ID just so they knew that you weren't a predator. And then they went, "Yeah, you do look old."
I never saw that kid again. They buried him behind the football field.
That was the most fun they had all day.
Stop resisting!
You know, with the color scheme that I gave Macho Man, he's not really Macho Man. He is Macho Hawk Rider. Woo woo woo, brother. Oh. Right, I forgot. The neck is part of the beard.
Oh no.
The beard is stored in the neck. How will the Macho Man be full without his macho nipples being colored?
Oh God.
I actually don't remember if Macho Man was like that, but anytime I think of a wrestler, I think of wrestler's tits. I think of Triple H and how his point to like freaking two different sides.
Oh, we need a compass. Quick, get Triple H out.
I right now my biggest pitfall with drawing is that I make heads that I think look really good, and then I follow them up with bodies that look like complete another dog shit. Can you relate, Pink?
Yeah. That is a definite hurdle many artists have to overcome.
I don't know if
there was a point way back when, probably around 2011, where I was getting really good at drawing faces, and because I was drawing a lot of faces, when I would move on to the body would be way too small, so they all look like bobbleheads.
I have a similar issue, but it's that as well, yes, but just everything being completely out of whack in proportions as well. That's more of a bigger issue for me, because like bobbleheads, I can work with bobbleheads because most of the things that I draw are shit like Sonic, which I'm drawing for a good reason, not because I want to draw Sonic, but you know. There's a specific thing that I kind of want to draw Sonic for, and bobblehead works for him because he already has a freaking large head and a small body. It's when his hands are either like 50 feet long or 10 inches long that it starts becoming an issue.
Oh, there was a story I told Mike a while ago. I may have already told you guys it. So, let's see. When I was in high school, when I was in senior math, there was this girl that I really liked. And I sat with her and her friend. She was Venezuelan and her friend was Costa Rican. And we just shot the shit and, you know, whatever, the stuff you do, just being friends and shit. And it was one of those things where we weren't friends outside of school, you know, it was just like, oh, math class, yeah, at least we'll just get to chat, right?
Right.
But this Venezuelan chick, you know, quite liked her a good bit. And I was also in a Spanish class. I got along really well with my Spanish teacher. So one day after class, I went to her, the Spanish teacher, and I asked her, okay, I need some advice for, like, I think it'd be really, I think I would just be the peak of sexy if dumbass white boy learned a pickup phrase in Spanish for the Venezuelan girl, right?
Right.
And I explained all that to her, and she was like, okay, here's how you say, what I asked her for was, how do you say, are you seeing anyone in Spanish? That was my preferred phrase, because to me it gave an easy out, you know, it's not a pressuring one.
Right.
So she told me how to say, are you seeing anyone in Spanish? And I go through the entirety of that day thinking, okay, going over, are you seeing anyone? Are you seeing anyone? Are you seeing anyone in Spanish, right?
Right.
Gets to the day of.
You forgot the phrase.
Well, hang on. I'm about to say it to her, the Venezuelan girl. And I lose confidence in the dumbest way possible. Instead of asking her,
Oh.
I just out of the blue ask her friend instead, just on immediate impulse.
Oh no!
Omelette du
Now-
fromage.
Now, looking back in hindsight, I'm like, wow, you idiot. Just asking out at complete random. But, hey, I go to her and I'm like, oh man, I've been doing really well in Spanish class. I learned a new phrase the other day. And I ask her what I believe the phrase to be. What comes out of my mouth is not, are you seeing anybody in Spanish? It is garbled Spanish. The closest translation, I memorized it and asked my Spanish teacher later what it roughly translates to. I pretty much said to her, are you, I am blind. And she just, the Costa Rican girl, she just looks at me for like 2 or 3 seconds, like trying to parse that and like I could see the gears turning behind her eyes, right? Because she's
Right.
looking at me, and I'm still in that moment. I thought I got it right, you know? So I'm sitting there like,
you
oh
had
crap.
such a good game plan.
I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, oh man, now I'm sexy. So I'm sitting there looking all confident, and the gears turning behind her head. I could see her thinking like, okay, so he's very clearly very proud of what he just said. He's beaming with pride here. I don't know what the fuck he just said. So after 3 or 4 seconds for saying nothing, I just said, I fucked it up, didn't I? And she just goes, yep. And so I awkwardly explain, like, okay, like, with all the confidence zapped, right? The confidence has left my body, and now I'm just draining. Now I'm like, oh, fuck. And so I'm just like, okay, I asked you, are you seeing anyone in Spanish? And she handled it very well. She was like, oh, well, I am seeing someone. And in that moment, I was like, oh, fuck, I just fucked that up in so many ways, right?
Yep.
And what gets stuck in my head is, oh, you fucked that up so hard. What is wrong with you? You need to get your fucking shit in gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get so focused on how badly I fucked up that I don't parse the subtext of what the next question is that she asks me. She then tells me, well, you know, you're doing pretty well, all things considered. I think maybe you should come by my house and I'll give you some private lessons. Now, looking back, even like a week or two later, looking back, I realized what she meant by that. But in the moment, I was so focused on how I fucked up that I was like, oh, she's actually honestly just offering me Spanish lessons. So, and I was like, no, I can learn on my own. And let me tell you, it was pretty great. About a week later, I explained the story to my dad, right? When I explained the story to my mom was like, oh, you poor thing, that's so sad. When I explained it to my dad, and I got to the private Spanish lessons part, my dad honestly put his face in his hands and just went, oh, son, no, that's not what she meant.
Oh, I finished it right away.
Well, I'll finish the story.
Yeah, finish the story.
The finish to the story legitimately is just like, well, me and her did get along really well afterwards. Like, I think she must have figured that I didn't take that as as what she actually meant, and we got along really well going forwards. It was able to stay perfectly platonic, and it was nice because there are so many times where it doesn't stay nice after that kind of thing happens, right?
Absolutely.
But I wound up telling the story to Mike while we were playing Dead Rising, and it cracked me up because Mike had the exact same reaction my dad did. When no, Alex! It happens, man. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. There's some things that are embarrassing moments and you never want to talk about them again. But there are some embarrassing moments that like you're really happy about and you're happy to talk about them. And I'm always happy with that story. I'll start with mine because I think it's somewhat of an improvement on my past work, but it's still not good. All right, here's mine.
That's better than mine.
Very nice.
It looks more like Randy Savage than mine.
I love all the oh yeahs.
Oh yeah, you gotta zoom in and see him all over the bandana.
Alright, I'll go next, so Pinks can actually look like freaking Randy Savage and look good. WLWS looks good. I mean, there's a definite improvement.
You can tell who it is. That's what's important.
Yeah, that's a big step, actually making things recognizable. Speaking of not being recognizable.
He's friggin' buff, man.
Holy shit. I see that. He lost his hands in the war?
He's a tum-tum.
Oh,
from
I
Spy
see.
Kids.
Okay. You kept saying tum-tum, and my brain was like, you know what that is. You know what that is. And
I had no idea what that was.
Is it a fucking Teletubby or something? Okay, I see. And he's got the thumbnail on his arm. I see. Yeah, it is a tum-tum. It's kind of late Macho Man, like 2008 Macho Man, you know?
Yeah, I mean, to me, this looks like a freaking Zack Ryder if he took all of the steroids at the same time.
All of them.
All right.
I only did a head.
Fair enough, but for the most part, I really only did a head. Oh yeah,
that's really good.
How the fuck do you make it look like you painted it with watercolors?
Oh, that's.
I was telling you guys, I was messing with my brushes.
Yeah, it's a different brush. We also have those. Whenever I try to do paintings, I use smoke.
Nah. We all did pretty well today, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look like Randy Savage.
I don't know about mine, dude.
Right, but yours is still unique.
Unique, yeah. Randy Savage, I'm not sure.